Welcome back, everyone. It's so wonderful to see you here again. Whether you're a long-time subscriber or this is your first time visiting our channel, we welcome you with open hearts. Today's topic is something incredibly close to the soul. It's something that doesn't just belong in spiritual books or sermons, it belongs in the real world, in everyday life. And it starts with one simple question. Why is it that the good we do for others always finds its way back to us? Perhaps you've heard this principle before: what goes around comes around. But is this just a comforting idea we tell ourselves? Or is it a deeper spiritual law, something woven into the very structure of reality? Today we will explore this timeless truth, not as an abstract concept, but through lived experiences, spiritual insight, and heart-shifting stories. By the end of this video, you may just begin to see your smallest actions in a whole new light. Let's start with a story. There was once an elderly man who lived alone in a small town. He didn't have much. His house was modest, his income limited, and his days quiet. But every morning, he did something remarkable. He walked to the local park with a small bag of seeds and fed the birds. Rain or shine, he was there. People often asked him, "Why do you do this every day?" He would simply smile and say, "Because it brings them joy. And somehow, that joy feeds me too." One winter, the man became seriously ill. He was hospitalized and couldn't make his daily trip. What happened next surprised the whole community. People from the town, even strangers, began visiting him in the hospital. Some brought food. Others brought letters from children who had played in the park. Nurses were puzzled why so much kindness for a man with no family, but those who knew him understood. This was life returning the seeds he had planted, one by one. This is the magic of selfless giving. Not giving to get something back, not giving because it makes us look good, but giving because something inside us knows that love must move, kindness must flow, and when we allow ourselves to become the channel for that flow, we may not always be repaid in the same form, but we are always repaid in essence. There's a teaching in Buddhist philosophy that says when we rejoice in the good deeds of others, we share in their merit. This concept is called mudita, the joy in another's joy, but it doesn't stop at emotion. It extends to energy. You may not be the one who saved the orphan, built the temple, or donated the fortune. But if you genuinely celebrate those who did, if you cheer for them from your heart, you too receive blessings. Why? Because your heart is open, expansive, aligned with virtue. This is not just poetic, it's practical. Science is now catching up to what sages have taught for centuries. Studies in neuroscience and positive psychology show that people who practice gratitude and generosity live longer, healthier, and more fulfilled lives. Their brains literally change, their immune systems strengthen, their relationships improve, because kindness is not just a moral virtue, it's an energetic upgrade. Let's take another real story. A single mother in a struggling neighborhood would always bake extra bread each week and place it in a basket outside her home. "Take if you're hungry," the sign said. Over the years, countless people came. Some she never met again. Some left notes, one left money. Years later, one of those who had once taken the bread became a successful business owner. He returned, not just with thanks, but with a foundation to support food programs in her town. He told her, "You didn't just feed me bread, you gave me hope. That hope carried me through." We often forget the impact of what we give when we are not looking. A smile in passing, a hand on the shoulder, a message that says, "I'm here." These things may seem small, but to someone in despair, they can be the light that leads them out. Now let's go even deeper. There's a truth in karma that many misunderstand. People think karma is only about punishment and reward, but karma is more refined than that. It's the echo of intention. It's the spiritual signature of every act, every word, every thought. When you give, your intention writes itself into the fabric of the universe, and the universe, ever responsive, mirrors that signature back to you at the right time, in the right way, when your heart is most open to receive. That's where some people seem lucky. It's not chance, it's not favoritism, it's not that they have an easier life, it's that they live in a state of giving and receiving that is so natural, it looks like magic to the outside world. There's a saying that what you give may not return from the same person, but it will return from the same source. That source is the field of life itself, the invisible network of consciousness that connects all beings, and in that network, no act of love is ever lost. Even when no one sees your good deed, it counts. Even when your kindness is rejected, it echoes. Even when your generosity feels thankless, it plants something. Maybe not today, maybe not in the way you expect, but life remembers. So how can we live this truth? Not by trying to manipulate life, not by giving with an agenda, but by becoming a fountain, by becoming someone whose nature is to nourish, not because they must, but because they can. That kind of giving doesn't drain you, it sustains you. That kind of kindness is not effort, it's essence. The most powerful givers are not always the richest or the loudest. They are the ones who give from a place of wholeness. They are the ones who have seen pain and chosen not to pass it on. They are the ones who believe that no one should suffer alone, and that healing is contagious. If you've ever wondered, what can I do? I'm not powerful, I'm not wealthy. Remember this. You have breath. You have presence. You have the ability to speak life into someone's darkness. And that is everything. To live as a giver is to live as someone who trusts that the universe is not blind, that love is a current, and if you join it, you will be carried to places you never imagined. Thank you for watching this video. If it resonated with you, please share a story in the comments of a time when a simple act of kindness changed your day, your path, or your perspective. Let your story be a seed that grows in someone else's garden. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because together, through our collective acts of kindness, we are changing the world one heart at a time.